evening, everybody. You're watching Draw 6 of the Alberta Optimist U18 Provincials. My name is Zach Davies, and I am joined by sports commentating legends Noah Masonwood, Lucas Sawiak, as well as Ronan. We are very excited to be with you here tonight on Saturday in beautiful Leduc. We have a massive game here for you today. We have Team Hlushak versus Team Schoenhardt. Hlushak top of the standings, undefeated at 5-0. Schoenhardt, a team with lots of heart. 1 win and 4 losses.
And I think
passing it on to Noah here.
I think what Zach is just trying to say is Schoenhardt really needs to get a win here to hopefully secure themselves a chance to make the playoffs. And Hlushak looks like a bit of a tank, but anybody's beatable, any team at any given time. I think Ronan can testify to that.
Oh, for sure. You know the famous saying, any given Sunday, right? Any team can win at any time, and it is a Saturday, but it's just a saying, so.
Yeah, so we're going to be commentating this game for you guys. First shot from Reed Jones comes in. It's going to be a corner guard. Lucas, what kind of approach do you think these teams are starting off in the first end?
Well, Hlushak starting off early with a little bit of an aggressive strategy, throwing the center guard first zone compared to the more famous, more popular top four. Start having a hitting game and usually ending in with a blank, but not this team, not today. Feeling a little egregious, a little aggressive.
And even Schoenhardt's doing the same thing with the corner guard.
Lovely shot by Parker.
Yeah, great pair of shots from Parker Harris. And here's Reed Jones looking for the draw around the corner. And actually, there's a bit of history between these two teams. They both curl out of the Crestwood curling center, and both very good teams out of a very good curling center as well. So, and actually, even more history. The third on Team Schoenhardt, Jack O'Dean, actually bested the lead on Team Hlushak, Parker Harris, in the U15 Rockfest this year. So I think Parker Harris is looking to get his revenge back. Jack O'Dean cooked him up in that. So anything you have to add to that, Zach?
Well, I gotta say, it's great to see two teams from the Crestwood Curling Club battling it out. As someone who calls Crestwood his home, it's great to see these guys go at it. Obviously, Crestwood, fantastic ice. Really good lounge, restaurant. It's great. So we got quite a junky setup going on here to start. Seems like Schoenhardt's going to have to make a double peel here to get out of some trouble.
It's interesting to see the double center call from Peter right away. Very aggressive call, especially in the first end. So now Team Schoenhardt's got their work cut out for them with a double peel here.
Yeah, most teams like to just kind of ease into the game with a blank first end, but not Team Hlushak or Team Schoenhardt here.
Definitely not the desired outcome on that last shot. Carter Bishop flashing everything, going through the board. This will give Team Hlushak an opportunity to sink another one, top 8, and leave Schoenhardt in a little bit of a sticky situation.
I know a thing or two about kicking a field goal on those, so it does not feel good. I'll tell you that.
And you don't even get the 3 points either.
Yeah.
So here's Verrick Docker's second throw. Gonna try to go in top house. Sorry, my pardon, Barrick Depker.
Pretty phenomenal sweep to get the rock there. Looks like it's third shot though, but not too shabby.
Seeing Carter Bishop's second shot attempt coming up in a little bit. Re-attempting the double peel. See what happens. It appears to be just a little bit wide, but he will make contact and will kill his own corner guard. Not ideal, but it does semi-open up the center a little bit and allows Team Schoenhardt to potentially make a draw the forefoot for his last.
Mm-hmm. Definitely opens up that draw path for Team Schoenhardt. Now Hlushak's going to be hitting this yellow on the left side. Ronan, would you make this strategy call?
Yeah, I think so. With Team Schoenhardt having the hammer, I think playing a bit more safe and making sure they're eliminating those rocks in the house from Team Schoenhardt is definitely the right call.
I mean, I think they're just trying to roll away, but they just end up nosing. Not a bad shot. So Team Schoenhardt gonna have a chance, I think, at a double, but he's gonna elect to throw the peel. Zach, would you make this strategy call?
I think so. It looks like they're taking the other turn here. They had a couple undercurls. First couple peel attempts. Could be dealing with a peak center line. Just a single peel.
Just a single peel, but does the job of opening it up.
Sure.
And so Team Hlushak's going to guard this one back up.
I think with that peel call, it kind of delays Team Schoenhardt's approach into the center and into the scoring area. So I think that was definitely the right call instead of the double there.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Jackson Hebert's second shot is a little bit wide here. Parker Harris trying to curl it over and is able to successfully cover almost all of the top 12, top 8 rock. And now Schoenhardt decides to play the double instead of the run back.
Parker Harris is a great sweeper. I mean, he really gets over that rock for sure, all 60 pounds there. So very, very good technique.
For sure. That knifing was just slicing and dicing the rock over. Got him lined up.
Schoenhardt's gonna have to hold this one straight here. Just noses it, unfortunately.
Team Hlushak is a competitive U18 and U20 junior team based out of the Crestwood and the Sherwood Park Growing Club. Skip James Hlushak is now throwing his first shot and attempting to just nose the other one that's top 8.
Well, it seems like Team Hlushak has controlled this first end so far, but still a good chance that Schoenhardt can get his one or even his two here. If Peter happens to miss his second shot.
This has a little work to do. He does roll out there, but does the job getting rid of that stone. Still has 3 lined up along the center, so Peter's in good shape here. This triple is set up here, though. Where do we have to hit this, Zach?
Well, I don't know. They're lining up right now. Got an absolute sea of red in the key here, and we'll see if Schoenhardt could pull a Noah and part the Red Sea.
And Team Schoenhardt, actually, they also, as mentioned before, they both both the teams curl out of the Crestwood Curling Center. And Team Schoenhardt, actually skipped by Nathan Schoenhardt, has led his team last year to a third place finish at the Optimist U18 Curling Provincials, which is same event but just last year in 2024. He's also skipped his high school mixed team, high school Harry Ainley, to a second place in the city of Edmonton, as well as winning the Edmonton Youth Curling Association League Final. So Nathan Schoenhardt, quite a bit on his resume so far in his young curling career.
Even with such a resume like that, he still is unable to make contact with the back two stones, which will give Team Hlushak a chance to guard the two up or sit one top 12 and put a lot of pressure on Schoenhardt in this first end.
I think they definitely want this guard a bit longer than they had it previously. If he does slip into the rings here, there may be a triple for the blank. I know that they might not take that on, but you don't want to give them that possibility.
I'm sure Jordan MacDonald will take that up.
Jordan MacDonald definitely would throw that.
Absolutely.
And Megan.
That too. So skip stones here, Leduc, Alberta. Peter Hlushak's last rock. Looking to guard this up. What side do you think do you want to guard this from a strategic standpoint?
I think you definitely want it on the center line side. If you end up showing a piece of it on the outside, it's all right. It would have covered the inside rock there, but that slips a little too far. So now Nathan Schoenhardt's going to have an open draw to the button full four here for his one.
Yeah, that was probably the worst you could probably do, hey?
No, it wasn't a terrible shot. It still puts an immense amount of pressure on Nathan Schoenhardt, but it can give him just a little bit of backing.
Any coach interaction used here, Robert Noren's going to step up and try to lead his team to a potential shot as of what to do. Fun fact, actually, I was coached by both these coaches, Robert Noren and Reg Reinhardt, in my curling career, and I must say they're both outstanding gentlemen, great coaches, and both very respected in their own rights.
This is an interesting call here. I think if they nose this and make the double, won't be sitting shot rocks. So interesting call, but I mean, giving up a steal in the first end of one is not too bad.
No, it's kind of like you're just forcing the other team if depends on the way you look at it.
Exactly, yeah.
So Nathan Schoenhardt, last stone, first end, looking to make some magic happen.
They're carving it early, trying to walk it over. Won't be enough. Big two steal for Peter Hlushak.
We'll catch you guys after the break.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Curling Alberta's 50/50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
And we're back, folks. Pretty big steal of 2 in the first end from Team Hlushak, and so Team Schoenhardt's going to be trailing down 2, but they do have hammer and even. And what does that say? How do you bounce back mentally from a steal of 2 in the first end?
Well, you just got to punch right back. Obviously, you want to stop the bleeding, right? You don't want to keep giving up steals, but you also just want to make sure you keep a level head. Obviously, it's still early in the game. We've got to go all out yet. We have Parker Harris, who's at currently 100%, stays that way. A nice center guard. Nathan electing to draw around it.
What do you think of this call, Ronan? Do you think you'd throw the corner, or seeing how it didn't work out the way you planned last time, do you think you'd switch things up?
Yeah, I think after seeing Team Hlushak pile up the rocks in the center last end, Nathan is switching strategy here and beating him to the punch by drawing around this guard to top 4 here. And this looks really good.
Looks like a really good shot from Reed Jones, the lead for Team Schoenhardt. Pretty much fully buried there.
Nice shot.
Very nice throw.
The only issue with that shot is since it's so deep that if Parker can lock one on here, looking like a force,
Could shrink the scoring area quite a
shrink
bit,
the scoring area.
for sure.
And that is the trouble with going to the center on your first shot or right away. Your scoring area gets shrunk almost immediately, and you'll end up battling in that center again anyways. So.
And here's Jackson Hebert sweeping his heart off here, just to get this one to freeze, and looks like it's just gonna bump it a hair over curl.
Looks pretty locked on. Yeah, nice shot.
Yeah, very good shot from Parker Harris. He may be small in stature, but big in heart.
Huge in heart.
Oh, for sure.
Reed Jones, second shot, second end. That's what magic right here. Attempting to freeze on the red one that Parker just threw, establishing an angle on it. Later in the end. But it does look like this is a little bit heavy. Sweeper's not touching it at all. Carter Bishop trying to make it curl to hit the red, but doesn't curl enough and bonks their yellow one just a little bit, which allows Derek Decker to make a double on the yellows, or potentially just put another rock in play and freeze on the red one.
And I mean, if he makes his double, that would be a very good shot. So here's Derek Decker throwing the big weight double, and you see he just comes out with a lot of fire in there. Very close, and he just pushes it out almost far enough. Nice shot from Derek Decker there.
Although it does hang on in the 12-foot, they're looking really good with 2 rocks buried underneath a center guard.
What would you do here, Ronan, do you think, if your team Schoenhardt?
They're looking like they're in a bit of trouble right now, so I agree with a run back call here. I think even if you end up peeling the top stone there, that is an acceptable outcome for sure.
And here's Carter Bishop. He's actually only thrown run backs this game. So, I mean, if it comes down to it, he's going to need to get his draw weight down later on in the game.
Misses the run, but rolls nicely to a corner guard. Perhaps that can come into play later in the game.
Do you like the rolls in the corner, Zach, or do you think that could potentially block the draw path later on?
I think it's wide enough that you still have your draw to the forward.
Derek Decker, second row, gonna be a guard this time. Normally, when you throw a big weight hit, you tend to be a little bit heavier on your second throw. So we'll see if that comes into play for Barrick here.
Jackson Heber hard on the sweep, trying to curl it over. Manages to barely bite the center line and does the job pretty well. Great shot there.
So how would you make a strategic change, just knowing that you're going to be throwing mostly run backs here in this end? Do you think, Ronan, for the next few ends, how do you avoid only throwing run backs if you're Team Schoenhardt?
That is a great question. I think one way to do it is to make sure that you execute on your first run back, so you don't have to keep throwing them over and over. As we see this, what a shot. Run back double. Wow.
Great shot from Carter Bishop. And I think that's just all because of his hair, really.
Absolutely. His hair definitely gives him an extra 50% skill advantage over all the other players.
So I think Peter is deciding to bail on this end. Would you make this strategic call, or would you keep putting the pressure on, you think, Zach?
Well, you're up 2, so obviously you want to play it conservative, but perhaps in a different dimension, throw the center guard and go hard for the steal, but hitting and sticking around is the force on.
For sure.
I think that call has definitely opened up the door for Team Schoenhardt to make a hit and roll here and put some pressure on Team Hlushak.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Ronan. I feel like the guard might have been maybe a better shot, just to keep the pressure on Team Schoenhardt, throwing another run back.
Yeah, I would agree.
Jack O'Dean following his rock. And what do you think about following the rock, Zach? Do you think it's good to add just another player to help with the communication?
I would argue against following a rock. Usually you want to let the weight judgment go to the sweepers and the line go to the room holder in the house. I actually have a funny story, well, pretty tragic story. My pops, he curled in Saskatchewan back in the day, and he actually lost a U16 provincial final because his skip had an open draw for the win to the 8-foot. He was following his rock, slipped and burnt his own rock and lost his team the game. So obviously, you do what you want sometimes, and that gets you into the game and helps your performance and all that. Maybe it's just part of your routine. Everybody's different.
Maybe following a rock is maybe not the best thing if you're gonna fall, right? You don't want to burn that rock. But a great shot here from Jack O'Dean.
What a dime!
Just proving why he beat Parker Harris at that U15 Rock Fest this year.
Yeah, that hit and roll away from Team Hlushak definitely opened the door for Team Schoenhardt to make this great draw around here. And now Peter has to make a great double here. So
yeah, skip stones here in the second end. Hlushak, Schoenhardt with a change in this end, really changed the pace. It was looking a little grim, but they just really a few made shots and a few missed opportunities from Hlushak to just turn tides around.
Tables have turned.
The turns have tabled for sure.
Parker Harris, hard on that sweep. We cannot see. We are back.
Oh,
barely missing.
Just edged it there. I think Peter Hlushak is probably very unhappy with that edged one there. And Schoenhardt now has a chance for the deuce here.
Now, tell me, Noah, if you were in Schoenhardt's situation, would you guard your own or try to draw under Peter's shooter, which just as a corner guard.
I think you would draw under Peter's shooter, and I think you just want to keep it top house or take it all the way back. You don't really want to be in the 4-foot range. You'd like to be top 8 or back 8 and make the double hard either way. And I think just getting another one in there, even if you go to the back, is actually a good outcome as well. You go to the back, Peter's probably not going to freeze. So I like this call for sure.
Nathan Schoenhardt, first shot of the second end, attempting to sink one around a corner guard or potentially freeze on the back 12-1. It does appear to be a little heavy. Carter Bishop on the sweep, trying to make it curl. He's moving it a little. Oh,
Wow, it is just curling.
Going sideways, and it looks like Carter Bishop sweeping will be enough to keep the Yellowstone inside the rings and use that red back to their advantage.
That's actually a very good spot for that rock. The double is very tough, and even if they try the double, there's a strong possibility of a jam here. So great spot for their rock, and they're in a good scenario to score 2 here. So
Very good.
But it looks like Team Hlushak is trying the double anyways.
Well, I think Team Hlushak's mostly a hitting team. They like to throw big weight hits.
Yeah, especially the back end. Peter Hlushak loves his 6'5", 6-second hero peel shots, and Jackson Hebert, he's known for his heavyweight hits, throwing
Almost 5 seconds.
even
sometimes.
sub-second peels, runbacks, and he's pretty good at them.
I mean, if you're gonna make it, might as well.
Peter Hlushak's last shot of the second end makes contact.
Oh,
What a
Oh,
shot!
and the-
Amazing shot.
the jam was
Beautiful.
there, just like Ronan said, but didn't quite stick around. So big shot from Peter Hlushak.
Very Mahomey shot right there.
Very Mahoney for sure. So Schoenhardt's just gonna blank. Would you ever play the split here, Zach?
There is no split.
Oh, sorry, I thought they were red. Sorry, my mistake.
You know what? At least you're, trying to see shots. Sometimes you see things that aren't there.
If it was red, would you play the split though?
Yeah, for sure. If you have the chance of a deuce, why not take it?
Got to take that for sure. Team Schoenhardt just gonna end up blanking this end. It wasn't looking like a blank, but Peter Hlushak's big weight hit took it that way. Be right back after the break.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Hoping this is a good game and you haven't muted us already. I think we're bringing in excellent commentary. Wouldn't you say so, Ronan?
Not to pump our own tires, but I believe so.
For sure. And I think, Ronan, what do you think Schoenhardt's going to try to do in this end then now? They're still down 2. Do you think they're going to go for a blank end, or what would you do here?
A blank is certainly in play here. They're in an odd end, so they want to try and get hammer in the evens. So a blank is definitely in play, but if the opportunity to score 2 presents itself, I think they definitely have to take it.
I think so, for sure. I would agree with that take. So Parker Harris with a nice draw to the top house. And he's curling 100% right now. That's the kind of thing you really only see out of the greats. Like Ben Hebert and Rhett Whitmire. So man,
Maybe
just,
even Ronan Pearson.
and Ronan Pearson as well, who is not with us. This is a different Ronan that is with us.
Absolutely.
His last name will not be mentioned.
You know Ben Hebert's actually my second cousin.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's your second cousin.
Got curling in the blood.
And sorry, whose cousin is yours? Zach Davies?
Ben Hebert.
Oh.
That's why I'm such a good sweeper.
So there was Reed Jones with a nice nose hit.
I think with that call from Nathan Schoenhardt, they're definitely leaning into the blank here. Playing into a hitting game and going to be a clear end here.
And I mean, that's really no fun for anybody watching, I would say. I think I can speak for most of the viewers watching that a messy end is much more preferred. So Schoenhardt's just going to keep hitting. It's going to be a hitting end. We could just take a break.
I mean, we've all seen the complaints from avid curler watchers watching Team Bodger play back in the day. How they would always blank a bunch of ends, but blank ends, they're still fun to watch. They're precise shots, making sure that they're sticking in the rings with those rolls. So if you really like curling, I think you like blank ends too.
I think another nice shot by Reed Jones. Eric Depker's gonna step in here, hopefully make a hit.
Derek Decker's definitely known for his hits, so should be walking hard for him. Piece of cake. Should be able to hit this no problem.
It is important on these easier types of shots to still remain focused, dialed in. Make sure you got the right line and right weight. This one's looking a little wide. But curls up nicely from the nose hit.
Nice shot there by Eric Depker. And Ronan, who would you say is more locked in right now? Do you think Nate Burton, the alternate, or Reg Reinhardt, the coach?
I would definitely say Reg Reinhardt. If we look at Nate, he's just sitting back. Look at him.
Literally sitting back, rocking his chair.
And Reg is really into the game, statting all the shots, so no contest.
If anything, Nathaniel Burton is just sitting out there getting really cold and frigid, but also just hanging around, rocking back in the chair and just having a good time.
So here's going to be Carter Bishop. Man, it's really curling, Zach. How much curl do you think there is here right now?
That's a great question. Leduc is known for having curly ice historically, so when we curl, there's usually around 4.5, maybe 5 feet. Obviously, hits are going to run straighter than that.
What does 4.5 to 5 feet of curl mean?
That means from where you put the broom, so where you're aiming to throw, and then where the rock actually ends up stopping. And then you kind of just, obviously you don't bring out a measuring tape or anything like that. It's kind of just eyeballing it. Like you kind of tell the 4 foot is obviously 4 feet wide, and you can kind of tell edge of 8 to center line, also 4 feet. So if you're taking edge of 8 for ice, and then you're curling a split center, you know that it's curling 4 feet.
Bit of a miss there from Eric Depker, not what you wanted to do, leaving Team Schoenhardt a corner guard, and I think they're gonna try to draw around that now. Carter Bishop's gonna try to sink one in. Sweepers are not touching this one. Now a bit of a clean. Still looks quite heavy.
Really finishing a lot here, and it may stick around, just biting back 12. Peter James Hlushak on the sweep, but definitely not strong enough. He's got to hit the gym. Schoenhardt's shot 1, partially buried around the corner guard.
And Zach, as a skip, do you think skips should train their sweeping skills? Because I mean, obviously, it looks like Peter Hlushak does.
100%. Peter's got to get on the ball. Obviously, a skip, kind of known for not being good sweepers, and you're usually getting your 6 feet, and that's about it. But you never know what position you're going to play later in life. 4 positions on a curling team, and very unlikely that you'll just play one of them your entire life. So making sure you broaden your skill set. I actually had to do that last year because I played second for the Canadian junior team, and as a skip for the majority of my curling career, I didn't really know how to sweep until last year, where I really put in the work and the hours and learned how to do it. It's more than just shaking a broom back and forth. There's also the weight judgment and communication piece they gotta know down.
A lot of good insight from you, Zach. Thanks for being here.
Sure. Let's go back to the game. We saw Jackson Heber just a little bit wide on his hit, ended up rolling out, and Jack O'Dean just a little bit wide on his draw, allowing Jackson Heber to hit and roll back to the center. See if he can make it this time.
Now we've seen a couple over curls in that spot. Do we think that there's maybe some sort of buildup on that side of the sheet that's maybe blocking the rock from curling?
Well, I'm not very sure. I don't know much about curling. So Zach, why don't you take this one?
Well, every sheet of ice is like a snowflake, unique in its own way, and it's got its own sheet shape, which players are tasked with mapping out throughout the game by learning from both makes and misses, and observing, what paths in the ice are curling or staying straight.
Sorry, just one. So Jack O'Dean is actually, he has competed last year at the U18 Provincials and has, and the 2024 Alberta Winter Games. His team has also won the Mark Kennedy Bonspiel in 2024. And Jack, as previously mentioned, took down Parker Harris in the U15 singles gold at the Alberta Rock Fest. And I think that's really the main story of this game, the storyline of the beef between Jack O'Dean and Parker Harris. And just a nose hit from Jack O'Dean there, as I was mentioning about him, and looks like Peter's going to try to make a double. Too bad there's no doubles board for this, eh?
It's tragic.
I think Peter would have a lot of food.
Oh yeah.
Although he has a lot of food, I don't think he will ingest it. He's a rather small guy, thin in stature.
And a bit of a picky eater too.
A very picky eater. Fun fact, he dislikes getting teriyaki sauce and eating ham. Very, very interesting.
What do we think of this call, guys? I know both of these rocks are outside of the rings. Would we ever go around them?
I think I would go around it for sure.
He certainly accomplished what he wanted to there, though, and cleared everything, so it's a clear end and looking to be another blank end.
I do think you could go around to put Schoenhardt in some pressure, but if you ever miss, Schoenhardt does have the guard to go for too. So I think either call is the right call.
Yeah, I agree. The safer call is probably the right call, and that double was definitely the safer call.
For sure. We have a few. We have one senior analyst here. That's Lucas Sawiak, and our junior analysts are Zach Davies and Ronan. And I am just the play-by-play guy for today. Sorry, it took us a little while to get that out.
This looks like a nice draw here. They're just cleaning it into the house.
It's looking like it's going to be just back house, but good weight from Nathan Schoenhardt. I think, Zach, would you say he has his weight down?
I would say so. It's important for skips to have the draw weight in the back pocket. Could definitely lose some games due to the feel. So it's nice getting your draw weight down early and then utilizing it later in the ends, especially you're going to have to play a bit more messy.
As Team Hlushak's final rock of the third end comes down, Team Hlushak is a very accomplished team. They won this event last year, and as a matter of fact, me and Noah were on that team. Peter, he is 17. He's from Spruce Grove, and he was also a national quarterfinalist last year. So,
Along with senior analyst Lucas Sawiak and
play-by-play announcer Simon Noah Mason.
so Schoenhardt's going to look to just peel this rock, get this one out of here. Ronan, what kind of weight would you throw here?
Definitely heavyweight. We want to make sure that both gets rid of the object rock and rolls out of the rings. So anything from 8 seconds and up, I think, would be the right call.
Nathan Schoenhardt taking a little bit more ice than most teams would, and Sweepers just cleaning it. Sweepers are now off, and Carter Bishop trying to make it curl, and not ideal.
Doesn't quite curl up for Nathan Schoenhardt there. It's going to be a steal of one for Peter Hlushak, and we'll catch you guys and discuss that after the break.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston pizza at home.
And we're back. It's going to be Team Hlushak leading 3-0 against Team Schoenhardt. A bit of an unfortunate turn of events for Schoenhardt's last end with a flashed blank attempt. And Ronan, how would you say you're gonna mentally prepare for this end and try to? I know some curlers tend to miss quite a bit, like Ron Peterson. So I'm just wondering how you get back in the right mental state after so many misses.
I think you just have to put things into perspective. You still have 5 ends to go here. You're only down 3, and you have hammer in the evens. So just looking on the bright side of things will certainly cheer you up.
For sure, that's a very good answer. I think I can tell you've thought quite a bit about that for sure.
And we'll get you some scores from the other game. On the girls' side, we have Team Kamui versus Team Yurko. Team Kamui leading Yurko 1-0 after the first end. Team White and Team McGriskin 0-0, 2 blanks in the first 2 ends. Team Rowett and Team McMillan are tied 2 apiece after the second end. Team Disgifford and Team Zormo are also tied 2 apiece after the second end. On the guys' side, Nolan Duncan leads Team Hofstra 1-0 after the second. Team Hennig leads Team Clark 1-0 after the second end as well. Team Miller leads Batchik 2-1 after the second end, and then of course with this game, Team Peter Hlushak leads Team Nathan Schoenhardt 3-0 after the third end.
And it's looking like going to be in a more of aggressive end this time with a few guards have been thrown up. Nathan Schoenhardt trying to throw the corner guard, and it just goes a little deep, but Parker Harris going to be tapping this one up. And very nice tap from Parker Harris.
He is on fire.
He is on his game tonight. Definitely, he knows. I think he knew he was playing Jack O'Dean, and need to step it up because of that brutal Rockfest loss this year.
It's true. Do you think this game will help squash the beef or make it intensify?
I think it's actually going to intensify it.
Turn that beef into a rivalry.
I think so. So here's Reed Jones. Just going to tick this one over. Might get out if they're going to sweep it. But it's looking like it's just going to be cleaned out of the house.
Great carve there.
Very good sweep for sure.
You never want to be rolling out on hits when you're down points.
No.
So I would suggest lowering the weight unit down, perhaps doing a bumper or hack weight, making sure your shooters are sticking around.
Make sure, yeah, you wanna make sure your shooters do stick around with a bumper or hack weight for sure.
Varric Depker, first shot of the fourth end, attempting to, if I believe, put up a tight guard or put it back top 12. Jackson Hebert heavy cleaning it. Now off of it, handed the broom off to Henry Harris, who will try to carve it over a little bit. This seems to be potentially a little heavy and will probably slip into the rings, if not just out.
And Ronan, do you think the heavy clean works right out of the hand, or do you think if it's light, you should just sweep it?
I think the heavy clean definitely works. If you're sweeping right out of hand, you're really wasting a lot of your energy. So kind of heavy cleaning, surveying halfway down the sheet, and then deciding whether you need to sweep or not is probably the play.
And Carter Bishop throwing second stones here for Team Schoenhardt. He actually played with Nathan Schoenhardt last year and placed third at the Optimist Provincials in 2024. Prior to that, he competed for Provincials twice at the U18 level, and he's played all positions, including skip and third. So multi-talented curler there, playing every position. And he just barely ticks the guard into the rings there. That is a bit of an overcurl. How would you adjust to that, Zach?
Well, it's tough, you know. Shots like that, it'd be easy just to throw the end away after that one, but it's important to bounce back and just learn from your misses. Obviously, you want to have good communication between the front end and back end, the thrower and line caller. So then, you know, if it was a thrower issue, whether a wide or tight slide or a bad release, or maybe it's an ice issue, half or something like that.
So Varric Depker is going to be trying to guard one more time. He's definitely known for his hits. How do you think that translates to his guard game, Sawiak?
Oh, well, of course, Varric is extremely good at his hits, but he also knows how to turn down the weight, and he's really precise with guards, as seen previously in his end. And he made that one, although it isn't fully buried, it is definitely good enough, and it covers minority of the rock, but doesn't allow Schoenhardt to get an inside roll. And he opts to throw the run back.
So Carter Bishop throwing the run back. This is his fifth run back of the game in only 4 ends, and he's made a few, but this one's not going to be made. But he is going to spill in, and that is a dirty shot.
Easy.
Devious.
Ronan, how do you mentally be after that shot?
For Team Hlushak or Team Schoenhardt?
Take your pick.
I think for Team Hlushak, after seeing a fluke kind of shot like that, they just have to remain confident after that. And then for Team Schoenhardt, maybe getting a little bit of a blessing there. Might be a bit of a reminder for them to sharpen the game a little.
So Hlushak avoids the jam and rolls over a little. I think if you're Schoenhardt, you're going to be pretty happy with that outcome, and you're not. Oh, a little replay there of that shot. Just barely. That was a great shot, worthy of a replay, I would say.
Punched it through that tight hole there, and rolled perfectly right in front of the other stone. Great shot. So here's Team Schoenhardt trying the double, and it looks really good. Nice shot. I think Team Schoenhardt is sitting 1 now, so great recovery.
Very nice throw from Jack O'Dean. That's probably why he won Rockfest last year for sure.
After this hit and stick, Team Schoenhardt will have an opportunity to either keep hitting those reds away or almost use those top 12ers as guards and draw around.
And I think Jackson Hebert's not happy with that one, as the broom push was used. Ronan, do you think there's going to be any broom slams this game?
That is a great question. I think we'll just have to wait and see with that. I don't know if there's any big tempers on the ice. Maybe Parker Harris, but other than that.
Parker Harris may have a large temper, but he is curling 97.5% so far.
Hard to do a broom slam when you're curling that well.
Do you know anything about Parker Harris's temper, Ronan? It was January 1st. Was there ever an event?
Not that I can recall, no.
Really?
No.
Well, back to the game. Here's Jack O'Dean throwing a double. He's going to be trying to make some rocks go away.
Jack O'Dean might also get lucky, get the triple. Got that outside edger, a little flop.
And it's looking real nice, and it's just going to spin down a little. Very nice. Lots of doubles this game.
Yes. Indeed.
Only there was that double board you were talking about.
I know. And
Maybe not free beers or anything like that, but free soda, just as good.
For sure. Another replay here going on. Great shot from Jack O'Dean. 2 back-to-back doubles pretty much from him. He is picking up his game in this 4th end here. So Peter Hlushak's just going to have a nose hit. But if he rolls out, the blank could be for sure there.
Eric hops on the sweep early. Can he hold the line?
Yes, he can.
And it looks like he can. Fun fact, Varick is actually talented in arm wrestling, as he has bested both me and Lucas.
Don't talk about that. Back to the game. Varick is way too strong out that sweep.
Wow.
A little bit of a line call error there, but I honestly think that's just Varick being such a very strong boy that he is.
Maybe we should get Peter on that Varick Debker training schedule.
I think so, yeah. So Schoenhardt's just going to try to nose this one and hopefully hope that Peter flashes it. And I've curled with Peter for 4 years, and I can testify. Sometimes that does happen.
And another fun fact about Varick, he can actually bench at least 225 pounds.
Last time I checked, it was 235 pounds.
So he's upped his weight.
Absolute stud muffin, he is. Jack O'Dean, hard on the sweep, trying to keep it straight. Is he as strong as Varick?
Looks like he is.
Absolutely.
Just keeping it, holding that rock there. Jack O'Dean with a great sweep. Very good technique there. Almost to the likes of Ronan Peterson.
Unfortunately, he loses the shooter, though, which gives Peter the opportunity to draw to the wing and perhaps use that back red as a catcher.
Very true. Would you draw to this side, Ronan, or would you draw to the other side?
I would draw to this side. I think it puts a lot of pressure on Nathan on his last shot, so good call by this backhand here.
Well, Peter Hlushak forgot to clean his rock. Sometimes that does happen. So here's Peter Hlushak. That is a very good shot from Peter Hlushak. That's just the kind of shot you see at Patrick Mahomes, eh, Zach?
100%. Looks pretty Mahomey to me. Call me Chris Collinsworth.
Very nice shot, and Peter's going to take a restroom break after that amazing shot. He's probably going to go and watch some Instagram reels. That is a habit that man has. Or maybe he'll play a quick chess match. He's actually a very, very good chess match. Or a chess player. He might be even ranked 1934 up to the 2000s already. Yeah, that's very good.
And they say curling is just chess on ice. So perhaps those skills translate well.
So Schoenhardt's going to try to make up for last end and make this blank. Carter's going hard. He's got to hold this there. Does he have it? Is he as strong as Varick? And just barely gets it there. Wow. Nice shot from Nathan Schoenhardt. What a way to finish the break with a huge sweep from Carter Bishop. We'll see you guys after the fourth head-to-head Peters washroom break.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Don't forget your brooms.
You got it!
Come on up. Well, what do you got? You got one, you got two, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Curling Alberta's 50/50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
Shout out.
No, I'm alone.
And with that is Parker Harris throwing his first stone in the 5th end here. Schoenhardt still has the hammer and hopefully looking to use it this time. Kind of like Bob the Builder, using that hammer for to build some energy and some points on the board. Parker Harris still curling. 98% this game. He is on fire. I don't think he's ever played that good with me.
No, not at all. Especially when we played last year, he was. Well, he was a good player. He was not this great of a player. And last year, Simon, what happened with you? Remember you not executing to the best of your abilities. This year, you could step it up.
Well, I think it's just Brett Whitmire being on my team. He really brings great pedigree to the sport, and really improves my sweeping as well. I know I've struggled with my weight judgment, as came up heavy against the draw and against Perry in national quarterfinals last year, and but Rhett has just nullified that for me.
Team Schoenhardt seems to have thrown off center guard as opposed to the corner, just to shake things up a bit.
I believe that the corner was the call.
Well, a favorable mishap.
So here's Parker Harris looking a little heavy. The sweeper's not touching it.
Is this a rare Parker Harris miss?
Doesn't even look like it.
Absolutely not. That man will never miss in his life, especially not in this game.
He is curling very well right now. Definitely showing why he is on this team.
Yeah, he may be trying to get a little bit of revenge on Jack Dean. Maybe that's his motivation. He's playing exceptionally well this game.
I do think so. And so Reed Jones throwing his lead stones for Team Schoenhardt. He has joined the team this year, and he also holds the broom. He is a dedicated curler and has keen ice reading skills. I've known Reed actually before playing Team Schoenhardt. I played him in high school in the high school league, and I can truly testify he's a great player with great knowledge, and just glad he got himself on a competitive team. I know how much time he puts into practice at the Crestwood Curling Center, so just a great guy. Excited to kickstart his curling career competitively. And Ronan, as you've been on the competitive scene for a while. How do you testify to improving your competitive advantage?
Interesting question. I think that to improve your competitive advantage, a lot of practice is needed, and surrounding yourself with good teammates who are also committed is definitely a great idea.
You see this replay. Barrett successfully blows it up. Does leave the off-center guard that Schoenhardt is now wrapping under.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking a little bit too much. That was a great throw from Barrett Depker there.
It's true.
So Carter Bishop going the draw around nonchalantly. Super nonchalantly. Hands in the pockets, just following his rock. I think he knows he's made it. He's just got to see it. And what a great shot from Carter Bishop. Still slightly open, however.
Tantalizing.
What does that mean?
It means he's trying to bait Team Hlushak into playing a finesse hit here, but they don't seem to be falling for it as they're playing the peel here.
Oh, tantalizing. Congrats, folks. We all just learned a new word.
Expanding your very, very slim dictionary there, Simon.
Yes, I am. Barrett Depker trying the peel and throws so much weight that it doesn't matter where he hits the puck. He's just going to go out of the house. So great throw from Barrett Depker there. And so Jackson Hebert's going to be throwing next rock. And Lucas, anything to add about Jackson Hebert's curling career? Sorry, Schoenhardt's still throwing. We'll wait on that question. Carter Bishop throwing what looks like a draw. Would you ever guard this one, Ronan, or what do you think?
I don't mind splitting the house here. It may be a little early, especially with a great hitting team like Team Hlushak, but if you're confident in your draw weight over your guard weight, I don't mind the call.
Does set up a double for Team Hlushak, and they're definitely going to throw it. So,
as mentioned earlier, Jackson Hebert is a really big high-weight guy and comes out of the sack blisteringly fast and sends it out. Also about Jackson Hebert, he is from Sherwood Park, and he is the 2023 Canada Games Trials champion at the province of Alberta, the 2023 U18 Provincial champion, the 2024 national quarterfinalist, and he also represented Alberta at the 2019 U18 national championships.
Great throw from Jackson Hebert. Little replay here as well. Now, on topic of Jackson Hebert, Zach, you had the opportunity to play with him last year. Hey, and on what team again?
True. I played with. I had the pleasure of playing with Jackson Hebert on Team Marine last year. I was the alternate at U20 Nationals. We did pretty solid. Congrats to Team Lit for winning it all. Yeah, just more on Team Marine, Marine. Just a phenomenal skip, phenomenal guy. And
Jackson Hebert going to be throwing just open hit. Team Schoenhardt, Jack O'Dean threw a nice draw, but just looking like another blank again this end here. Do you think we're going to see all blanks this entire game, Ronan, or when do you think teams are going to change it up?
I think with the end slowly withering away here, I think Team Schoenhardt has to make a decision to start junking it up a little. Playing against a great hitting team like Team Hlushak, they can't afford to keep trying to outplay them with the hits. I think they need to start junking things up and start generating opportunities for themselves to score. So I would venture a guess that next end will not be a blank and it will be much more junky.
I think so too. Great analysis, Ronan.
Thanks.
seems like Coach Reinhardt is conversing with the ice makers. Perhaps he has a question about the current ice conditions.
And I mean, he's moving his hands a lot, so I don't think that's a good sign.
No jazz hands to the ice makers.
And Nate's looking asleep right now. Hands looking in an interesting place, but I think they're just in his pockets.
Peter Hlushak with his first shot, just trying to nose it, maybe get a little bit roll in, and very successful with his shot.
Nathan Schoenhardt is just going to try to hit this one out. Another blank end. Not much to say.
Again, blanking in an odd end is certainly acceptable and limits the Team Hlushak to only one hammer to Team Schoenhardt's two for the rest of the game, barring any more blanks or steals. So,
could you just explain that analogy, the one hammer to the two, just for some of our viewers and me?
For sure. Having two hammers to a team's one is definitely beneficial because you'll have more opportunities to score than the other team, and it just puts you in a great position to end up getting this game a little closer.
Nice shot there by Nathan Schoenhardt. Carter Bishop fixing his hair. Sometimes I know Zach Davies, you have very nice hair. What do you have to say about making sure it stays clean on the ice?
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge with these luscious locks, but I'm usually out there wearing a hat, just keeping all the hair nice and tidy. For others who don't wear a hat and don't know how they do it.
I have a question. Lucas, how do you keep your hair all nice and tidy on the ice?
Well, I used to wear a hat to keep my hair in, but I made the poor decision to let my brother cut my hair on Christmas Eve. I have no hair.
Oh, so Lucas, you're bald now?
Very, very close to that. It's a very freeing experience, but back to the game. Peter Hlushak making an amazing hit and roll to the side, forcing Nathan Schoenhardt in a path that he's probably not thrown yet, and he might be uncomfortable throwing it out this wide, so there's a very real chance we see a little mistake coming up. And Bear Docker dropping his broom. Massive distraction with Nathan Schoenhardt trying to focus and get ready to throw this blank attempt.
And I wonder what do you have to say the body language of Jackson Hebert right now, sitting on the bench or sitting on the boards there? You have to see, what does that say about his approach to this game right now? Is he checked out, or is he locked in?
To be honest, he looks a little defeated right now, but I don't know why he would be. Maybe he's just bored.
Jack O'Dean on the dig, trying to keep it out there, but
almost falls, but now they're curling it, and just not quite enough weight. Schoenhardt's going to take his one. He gets on the board. Not a bad outcome. We'll catch you after the break.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline, join the revolution.
Curling Alberta's 50/50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
A lot of pedigree here in this announcing staff. Each one of us has made a nationals, but only two of us have actually won nationals before. That is Zachary Davies and Lucas Sawiak. You guys want to speak about that? Because these teams, they win this event, they go to nationals. So how do you prepare yourself for nationals, to win it especially?
Yeah, it's definitely a tough task. Obviously, have an advantage from the get-go coming out of Alberta, one of the top curling provinces out there. So the challenge that we see here, Provincials, definitely prepares these guys for the competition we'll see at the national level.
A few nice shots there one nice shot from Reed Jones. Parker Harris trying to go around. I think Schoenhardt's gonna put their stealing boots on now to try to steal a few points here. Rhoda, what do you have to say about stealing? Do you think it's good, or do you think it's bad?
You know, I have the opinion that it's good, but I've also heard from a very accomplished coach that stealing is for losers. So what he meant by that is that teams that are controlling the game are never stealing, and they're always scoring when they have hammer. So, but I think stealing is definitely a great skill to have, especially when you need to come back.
Nice shot there from Parker Harris. He is shooting his lights out this game.
Reed Jones just coming up a little light on that, but it does give another center guard, which is always not a bad thing to do. So not a horrible shot, but it does leave one of Team Hlushak's red buried in top four shot.
There, Docker hard at the sweep here. Got to hold this one by to keep Parker's percentage. And it's real close. Oh, it just doesn't quite get by. Barrick upset with Parker's percentage dropping for sure.
Parker's percentage will tank after this one from a 98 all the way down to a 37.
Just a unfortunate turn of events there for him.
Extremely unfortunate.
Nathan Schoenhardt gonna hit this one here. Interesting call. Zach, would you make this call?
I don't think I would at this point in the game. Obviously, you're down 2 without. You gotta put your stealing boots on, like you said, and playing a hit on the winger. It's definitely a safe call, but see if it helps promote a steal.
Just a nose hit there from Carter Bishop. I think Jack O'Dean motioned it was a little heavy. What do you think of the use of hand signals are important to the game, Ronan?
I think in a loud arena like this could be with a lot of sheets going, hand signals from the skip to the sweepers is definitely a good call. Sometimes your yelling will get drowned out with all the other yelling from the other sheets, so hand signals should definitely be used.
Barrick Docker trying to just put another one in the house around the guards. Also about Barrick Decker. He is up north, and he is the 2024 Arctic Games champion. And he also played with Jackson Hebert last year, and actually lost this event, but still represented Alberta at the 2024 National Championships and as quarterfinalist. And as aforementioned, he does have a small career in arm wrestling. Very, very sadly.
And myself as well. Nice shot there from Barrick. Just kind of blocking off. Drop that. So Schoenhardt's gonna hit this one. Schoenhardt's doing a lot of hitting even though they're down. Ronan, I think that's a good strategy play.
I think just like Zach said, they need to be stealing here, and hits are just not going to allow them to do that. However, this is a really nice hit and has opened up the scoring area in the forefoot for them.
Very nice shot from Carter Bishop. He is playing very well right now, making a lot of his hits.
And looking very nonchalant.
So I think that's just the most important part of the game.
Absolutely. Let's show a guy like that.
And as Nate Burton gets up to throw something in the garbage.
Sits back down, plays with a little backpack, and we have Barrick Decker throwing a draw. Trying to sit buried around 2 staggered center guards, ideally top 4 foot. Sweepers are not touching it at all. Parker Harris maybe just frolicking with it just a little bit.
Would you throw this turn at this draw, Lucas?
Probably not, no. If you're wide like this, just as Barrick Decker is, he does tap a yellow one in. I would have also decided to just chuck a piss missile and peel the center guards and potentially catch a corner guard out of there, because you are up 2 with hammer in the 6th end. Blanking this end is definitely not a bad idea.
Well, this end's not looking like a blank now. If Schoenhardt can get around here, they're going to be in a great position. Speaking of Schoenhardt, their coach, Robert Noren, actually is a great coach, coached me before. And he was recently awarded a lifetime membership by the Crestwood Curling Center for his volunteering, and he is an excellent mentor mentor for Team Schoenhardt. Speaking of just Team Schoenhardt in general, this year they've competed in Bondswheels in Beaumont, Banff, Leduc, Medicine Hat, Sherwood Park, and Lacombe, as well as the provincial qualifiers at the Otwell. So lots of curling around the globe for Team Schoenhardt this year, and Hlushak's gonna throw the run, as just mentioned. He probably should have last rock.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jackson Hebert chucking probably a sub 6 second missile down the ice, maybe a hair tight, but does get both of them and clips his red one, which does take out a yellow in the house and stops back 12 foot, opening up the center completely and leaving 2 red ones in the house, second and third shot.
What a nice shot there from Jackson Hebert.
What a peach.
Great, he can really throw very good up weight, and I think that's just a testimony because he's 6 foot tall. That does help. As somebody who's only 5'2", Ronan Peterson, how do you throw a big weight peel?
It's certainly difficult, for sure. There's a lot of arm action.
As somebody who's 4'9" myself, I also do use a lot of arm action as well.
Well, if you want to know how to throw peel weight, just ask me to Sawiak. He wants to do a 7-8 on an easy weight takeout. By the way, easy is supposed to be 10.5 seconds from hog to hog.
Just feeling very strong that day. Back to the game. Jack O'Dean attempting to freeze on a winger at the moment, which is looks a bit wide. Trooper's not touching it. Jack O'Dean and Carter Bishop trying to sweep the curl. It does look pretty nice for line. Now just going for weight. It is slowing down a lot. Barely getting by both corner guards and barely getting third shot. Sadly not able to get second shot, which they hoped.
Not a bad shot, but I think you'd like to be a little deeper there and shot rock as well.
Could be a very consequential miss. Jackson Hebert could make a nice hit and roll, split the rings.
Parker Harris on the sweep early, trying to keep it out there. He is now off of it. He is back on it. This is looking really nice. Maybe over curl and jam on the back one. It will, but he does put the yellow one out.
And Ronan, would you ever throw the thin double here, or just the hit and roll over?
The thin double? If I had a celebrity shot from Al Hackner, maybe, but this is U18 Provincials, and this is a super difficult shot, so I think just a hit and roll here would play quite nicely.
So Zach, what do you think is a better? Most coaches have transitioned to modern iPads, but do you think the old pen and paper is the way to go?
Someone who's not the most well versed in technology, I would side with the iPads for sure. Just because there's some cool curling apps you can get on your devices and allows you to take stats and actually keep track of.
Hold on.
Oh,
looked like it picked.
Almost a thin double.
It was looking that way.
Looked like it, picked over there. That's unfortunate. Still a good shot though.
Yeah,
still not bad. Just
it does leave Team Hlushak with the opportunity to make this double though.
Or to simply just hit and roll, get shot 2, forcing Nathan Schoenhardt to a tricky double, or even a precise freeze.
I can tell you right now, Peter's definitely looking at the double, but I think he's just going to throw the hit and roll. Bit of ambiance here in amazing booth. We're definitely.
Oh, it's quite the setup.
It's a great setup here. So.
Peter Hlushak, first shot of the 6th end, attempting to just hit and roll, get shot 2. Of course, Nathan Schoenhardt a tricky double or freeze to save the end. Looks like he's just going to nose it, but that should be enough to get shot two. Now a little bit of a decision time for Nathan Schoenhardt to either freeze to the back winger or attempt the double.
I think you have to play the freeze here. It's a tough shot, but you need to not give up a few points to Team Hlushak here. They're not looking to freeze anymore.
Lining up the double.
Maybe we'll see a coach interaction here from Robert. He must like this call because that's what they're going with. Ronan, would you make this call or what do you think?
This is a difficult shot. So is the freeze, but I think it's a much more makeable shot. And I mean, it gives you the same outcome, really. You'd be forcing Team Hlushak to win either way. So I would like the freeze, but if they're comfortable with the hits here, more power to them.
If Nathan can make this, that would be a huge lifesaver in this end.
They say there is no bad call as long as you make it. Will Nathan make this? Hard out of hand.
Really going hard to hold it. It's looking pretty close. Just gotta hold it. Oh, and just kicks it by. Unfortunately, as Ronan said earlier, through the tight hole. And it's looking like Peter's just gonna have a simple draw for his first two. Now I know, would you ever play a split here if you're a Team Hlushak? I think I would. I think I would if this were shuffleboard curling and you had the boards that you could bounce off of. Then I definitely would play the split. But I think in real curling, unfortunately, I don't think there is a split here for Peter Hlushak. He's just gonna have to take his two. And I think he's gonna be pretty happy with that. I think the sweepers like this one. They're just cleaning it in there. You don't see Parker miss a lot of weight judgments. I must say so myself. A nice throw by Peter, getting his two. And the score is going to be 5-1 after 6. Schoenhardt's going to have to get some points here on the board in this next end, hopefully.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
And we're back, folks, for the 7th end. We're going to have a little score update for you here from our senior analyst, Lucas Sawiak.
So on the women's side, we have Elena Yurko trailing Lila Kolby 4-3 after 4 ends. We have Sierra White and Siobhan McGriskin tied 2-2 after 5. Kieran Roa against Darby McMillan. Roa is up 4-3 after 5 ends. Emma DeSkifford against a close matchup with Emma DeSormo 5-3 after 5 ends. We have Nolan Duncan beating Caleb Hofstra 3-1 after 5 ends. Austin Hennig beating Team Clark 3-2 after 4 ends. Riker Miller beating Kessler Batchick 4-2 after 5 ends. And of course, Peter Hlushak beating Nathan Schoenhardt 5-1 after 6 ends of play.
So now we're in the 7th end here. Pretty good game so far, lots of shots. A few misses. Zach, do you have anything to say about some of these misses? How could they be improved?
Yeah, that's, the question that Team Schoenhardt's probably asking themselves right now. Down 4 with the hammer. Got to be turning those misses into makes, So whether that is due to hitting your weight windows, making sure you throw the right line, take the right ice. Just need to make some shots and get back in this game.
And Parker throwing his second shot, just attempting to put one top 12 here. Does look a little bit wide and maybe a little bit heavy. Speaking of Parker, his hometown is Spruce Grove. He won this event last year. He's the 2024 U18 Provincial champion and the 2024 National Quarterfinals with Hlushak, myself, and Noah Mason this year.
And I think Parker Harris has been curling with Peter Hlushak his entire career. They've never played, not together, so they're very good buds, good pals, good friends, good dudes, and yeah. Where's this? And so here's Reed Jones with a nice double there. Very good shot from Reed Jones. Jack O'Dean with a little hands up in celebration. And, we're going to get a replay on that. That was a great shot. Veridopker doesn't even want to look at it because it was that good. And nice throw, capitalizing on Parker's misses there. Great shot from Reed Jones. And I think they're just doing exactly what Zach Davies just mentioned, turning their misses into makes this end.
100%. See if they could keep the train chugging along.
And so, Ronan, what do you think is a better fast food place, McDonald's or AMW?
In terms of price, I think McDonald's definitely has the upper hand, but quality definitely goes to A&W. But I think we should get back to the game.
Anyways, back to the game here. Just a bit of a roll out there from Depker.
Opening the door here for Team Schoenhardt to draw behind their corner.
Carter Bishop attempting to make a draw around the corner guard. Ideally top 8 depth, fully buried. It is looking pretty good. Sweepers now off it. Now just sauntering right beside it. Reed Jones back on it, potentially just for line, but it does look just a little bit heavy. It does look like it will stop just back of the house, either back 8 or back 12.
Jack O'Dean with a little swipe there to try to slow it down. Doesn't quite manage to. Oh, it does! Just barely sticks back 12. The Terra now got special there. Very nice throw.
Peter Hlushak once again has too weak of a skip with his back 6 feet sweeping ability, but just not there. If he was the strongest Varric Depker, that would have been all the way to the back.
Varric Depker, huge kick out here, hoping to make the run, but Peel is good enough for him there. So Nathan Schoenhardt potentially has his deuce. What would you do here, Ronan? Would you guard? It's so early in the end.
Yeah, this is too early to be coming into the rings by Team Schoenhardt. I think delaying their play into the rings and setting up the splitting the house later in the end is definitely the play. I think they definitely should have thrown another guard here,
especially against a very strong hitting team like Team Hlushak,
for sure.
Parker Harris walking with this rock. Zach, what do you think about walking with the rocks? Do you think it does anything, or?
Yeah, it definitely helps the sweepers get their weight judgment down. Just getting more looks at the rocks. keeping up to pace and getting more looks is always a good thing. I guess, the issue with splitting the house so early is that it gives Team Hlushak multiple shots to set up a double. It also gives Team Schoenhardt multiple chances to hit roll out. So, see what happens.
Team Hlushak electing to play the hit and roll instead of the cross-house double. It does look a little bit wide. Parker, John, and Harris on the dig, trying to make it curl a little bit white, but it will stick around for shot rock just in the T-line 12-footer.
And I think like Zach just mentioned, now Team Schoenhardt has to make a hit here, and if you do roll out, the blank is going to be in play again. So the guard might have been the call.
And I think the important thing for Team Schoenhardt here is that they have 2 ends left to score 4 to tie. So 2 at this point isn't really good enough. They're looking for 3 or more, and you're not really going to get that with splitting the house. Definitely needed to put up another guard there. But that is a good spot for this rock. No doubles that are easy.
Yeah, very tough double, and Peter Hlushak just couldn't sweep that one there enough. He's just not quite strong enough.
Jackson Heber, second rock in the 7th end, attempting just another hit and roll. Does look a little bit wide. They may be calling an audible to try the double while Parker Harris on that sweep, but called on just a little too late.
Just goes over top.
I think Team Hlushak had to be a little more patient with that stone. It seemed to cut a little later into its arc there, and I think they would have had the hit and roll made quite nicely if they hadn't called Parker on there. He's a great sweeper, really strong guy. I would not want to take him in a fight.
Absolutely not. Such a better sweeper than Peter Hlushak as well. Maybe he should be skipping, especially with the way he's been throwing it.
He is curling a whopping 100% this game. Great curling prowess from Parker Harris.
He's not curling 100%.
Oh, sorry, I must have read that wrong. Sorry, that's 10% from Parker Harris. missed a zero there. And back to the game. Missed high five from Schoenhardt and Carter Bishop there. They didn't connect on that one. What do you think the importance of high fives are between the teams at these?
Well, definitely, helps the team dynamic for sure. Hopefully that missed high five won't negatively impact things too much. Obviously, very important to celebrate your makes, both individually and as a team, as well as make sure you get over the misses mentally.
I think the real question here is if you should be high-fiving or fist-bumping.
That's true. See, I prefer the fist bump, as a dude, for sure. But fine playing with mixed doubles partners, the ladies usually go for the high fives. So.
Is that because of more hand-touch action?
Back to the game, Peter Hlushak able to successfully make a hit and roll to the center, closing the gap between both rocks, potentially giving it a double for his last stone.
Well, it looks like Schoenhardt's strategy has panned out. I think we need to demote our junior analysts here at the Leduc Curling Club because they're looking like they're going to be set up for their deuce here. Jeez,
Again, stealing 2 in the last end is going to be tough for them, so they did need a 3 or more here, but a deuce is looking mighty fine for how their games went so far.
And Nate Burton just relaxing on the side. He's been a great addition to this team. I think he's going to take them to new heights.
Yes, Nathan Schoenhardt sliding it hair tight here and sending it a little bit wide. This might be a little bit problematic, but Carter Bishop is huge on the sweep, making it curl enough to get a nice nose hit. Even Jack O'Dean has the sweep in line. That's how strong Carter Bishop is.
What a great sweep by Carter Bishop.
Exquisite sweeping job.
So Hlushak's gonna throw a big weight here, try to make a double. Jackson's gonna line it up. What do you think the game story has been so far, Zach?
It's definitely been, a story of many chapters. Obviously, a strong start. to the game by Team Hlushak going up early. A little bit of fight back, a little bit of resistance from Team Schoenhardt in the middle, and I guess we'll have to find out how this final chapter plays out.
It's going to be real close here.
Oh!
Nice shot there from Peter Hlushak. Unfortunate for Nathan Schoenhardt. It's going to be a steal, or not a steal. It's going to be a blank here. Going to get a replay on that. That was a great throw from Peter Hlushak. Real clean slide.
That could have just been the shot that puts away this game. If you're down 4 with hammer in the last end, would you just shake or would you try to play it out?
I think I would play it out. I know a few teams sometimes do crumble in the last ends. You just never know. At least play it out until you know you're losing, right? Like before rocks are gone. But we'll see what Team Schoenhardt does. I do hope they play it out for the sake of our commentary, but I guess we'll catch you after the break.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston pizza at home.
And we're back. Looks like Team Schoenhardt's gonna play this one out. We've just received news that there's been times that Hlushak has dropped a 5-ender in the last end, being a 4-ender in the last end, being up quite a bit. So Team Schoenhardt probably recognized that and thinks, hey, we might have a chance here. So let's play it out.
If anyone to give up 4 in the last end, it is definitely this team. As in the Sawiak Grand Prix, they gave up 4 to 18. They went to an extra end, but they did end up winning that. So Schoenhardt trying to make some magic here, get that 4. And hopefully able to steal it the last final extra.
So Peter's going to try the tick here. Ronan, do you like this call or?
This is a little aggressive. I think there's so many ways you can miss this shot. I think when you're up 4, I wouldn't mind just throwing it away again.
This is a bit of a strange call, but then again, you might as well try it. If you hit it out, you hit it out. That's looking like what's going to happen here.
Parker Harris sending that one so far out there, not even a chance of it slowing down.
That attempt was probably more chalk from that one guy's chin on Instagram.
Not sure what he's talking about, but we're going to ask him another question here. Zach, what do you think of Team Hlushak reusing Team Hubert's Instagram logo of last year?
Well, you know what they say, reduce, reuse, recycle. And if it ain't broke, don't fix.
Very good point, Zach. Excellently said.
Thank you.
Team Schoenhardt opting to throw up. It looks to be another corner guard, but this does look a little bit heavy. But it should stop in the free guard zone. Very nice shot.
Very nice throw. Good pair from Reed Jones, pretty much identical. And now, Ronan, do you think you'd throw the double corner on the stack side, or would you split the corners like they had done here?
That's a great question. Personally, I wouldn't throw either, and I would just go right around your first corner guard. But if I were to throw 2 corners, I like 2 corners on either side. just so that there's no double peel opportunity.
I think so too. And the way they're set up, they're perfectly made so far. So see if Carter Bishop can carry this momentum. They do need 4 here, so gonna need to channel their inner Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and bring this one home.
The dynamic duo.
Just ticks the guard there for Carter Bishop. Still not a bad outcome. You have guards, you have stuff to use, and just gotta hope for a flash from Barrett Depker here. Although I must say he does not flash very often.
I think you do flash very often, extremely often, especially with it.
Yes, I must say. I do think I've improved my game though. I only flash about 50%.
Barrett Depker throwing an absolute piss missile down the ice. It seems to be a little bit tight, but does remove 2 and spills into the house.
What a shot. If there's not a replay on that, then I don't know what to say, because that was an amazing throw from Barrett Depker.
Absolutely amazing.
There's the replay. Great throw from Varick there. Parker Harris huge on the sweep. Ronan mentioned earlier he would not want to fight him, and neither would I, because, man, January 1st has passed already anyways. So Carter Bishop going to try to draw around.
Trying to hit.
They're trying to hit. Not sure if this is the right call, Zach. Do you want to weigh in?
Well, you're down 4. You need rocks in play. So enemy rocks are your friends right now. So I'm not sure why you want to eliminate one of those.
And I think while Jackson's going to be throwing a big heater weight, as you can see him coming out of the hack blazing, going faster than my car on the Henday there. So, and he might even make this double here. And what a shot! What a great shot from Jackson. And that's just kind of what Team Hlushak does.
That shot pretty much put the game away. Mixed with Barrett Depker's double spill in the house. Those 2 shots change this end completely, and Hlushak should have this one in the bag.
Great throw. And I think Nathan Schoenhardt is just probably in awe right now. I'm in awe myself.
Doing the math here, I think if one more Schoenhardt rock is taken out of play here, they are run out of rocks and the game will end.
Sweepers are not touching this rock at all. Potentially may slip to the house. Just kidding, they are back on it. This does look like a good draw. Should stick in the house nicely. And we'll force Jackson Hebert to draw.
And you can trust Rowan's math because he is indeed the stats guy.
It's true.
And stats are very important, folks, here at the Leduc Curling Club. I think this has been a great game that we've watched, and
Jack and Hebert throwing a sub-6,
and Hebert finishing off the game there.
There it is.
And going to be handshakes here. Thank you all for watching and hopefully not muting us. Just a little, Zach and Ronan, do you want to just weigh in on the game recap there?
I'll let Ronan do the recap.
I think Team Hlushak really controlled that game. They controlled the center of the house, and that really was the story of most ends. Their hitting game was on point, which led to little generation of opportunities for Team Schoenhardt to score any points. So good win there for Team Hlushak, and they continue their undefeated streak here.
Yeah, and Team Schoenhardt's going to fall to 1-5, and Team Hlushak is going to go to 6-0. And I guess we're going to catch you guys next time.
There you have it, folks. This is Zach Davies,
Ronan,
Noah Mason Wood,
and Lucas Sawiak. Just so we know, we are streaming all sheets through Curling Stadium, and all games are available to watch on the Curling Stadium Leduc, Curling Zone, and Curling Alberta YouTube channels. So go check out the other games that are currently live.
There's still a few games going on. You can see on our screen. Looks like Team Batchek Miller is still on, and Team Yurko Kui is also still on. Probably a few more games on. So go check those out if you can.
All right, this is your favorite commentating crew signing out. In that check.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.